bit better. Look here.
Stand by.
One for C-Lab, two for Troy Eagle, three for Wolverine to round out the trio. In this episode, everybody dies.
Broadcasting live from inside the Power Band. This is The Blah. In this episode, everybody dies. I'm your host, the Wolverine, along with my intrepid companions. Head in a jar he go.
Hi there.
And Slave 2.
What up?
Welcome to the show, folks. This week, we're talking about the 2024 prequel, sequel, part of the ultimate Australian film saga, Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. Let's start the show.
Hi.
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 Level.
I think, Benny, you're the only one that saw this in the theater, man. Tell us, regale us with your theaterosity. Did you see this in the theater?
I wish I had seen this in the theater.
I got it. It was good.
Nice.
But, I mean, you know, it wasn't like in 3D or anything. It was just,
Nice.
you know, at the shitty Dreamland theater.
Oh, yeah.
Bad seats and not a very big screen.
Their 20th century cinema, Dreamland.
Not a fan.
For those not from Nantucket, it's the theater that they pushed down Main Street on ice skates in 1742.
That's right. It's the theater you dream that you were somewhere else while you're watching the movie.
It's the theater my buddy did acid and watched T2 when we were 12.
Yeah.
It's the theater they, like, knocked down in every town.
Exactly.
Yes.
To make way for something better.
Making it better. Polishing a turd. Okay. Well, you still saw it on a medium-y big screen at least. That's the.
Yeah, it was good. We had fun.
I think fun is the word for this one.
Cool. Any other high-level thoughts, Ben?
I'm looking at user reviews and I'm like, I can't believe people hated this.
Yeah, it's weird. I was looking at the same one. 2.5 hours felt like 4. It's like, it's a perfectly serviceable movie, dude.
You know what? Let's get through the high level because this whole thing is kind of a point of contention, man, in general. This whole thing.
Anyways, I very much liked it. I enjoyed the hell out of Hemsworth with his big, stupid fake nose. I thought it was great.
Dude.
Great.
Yeah.
It was great.
I got a giant kick out of it.
Me too. Yeah, samesies. Same motorcycle with spikes and fucking sidecars and cool shit on it. I'm riding on that motorcycle with you. It's a fun movie, dude. It's like, I know you just said let's talk about it later, but like I feel like the Fury Road movie is so renowned as like fucking balls to the wall action that anyone who, I don't know, maybe only saw that one. I guarantee there's a lot of people that have not seen any of the other Mad Maxes that saw that and just wanted that again. And this is kind of has more fucking story. Like I like the fact that it has more story, to be honest. But I think it's a real solid flick. Like it has its moments of action, most notably the big rig kind of 15-minute sequence in kind of the middle, and it's kind of cool. It's exactly what we've talked about a million times here, where it's like you get a chance to live in a universe. Like it's another exploration of this universe. It's a little bit different than the other ones. It's a little bit more geopolitical. Take a shot, my friend. In terms of like the three different rival faction shit, and I liked it a lot. Like it kind of reminded me of the Tina Turner one a little bit, with the bullet farm and fucking whatever. But it's cool. I liked it. It's very, 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 very Grindhard Plumbing. I feel like this is the universe that the Grindhard Plumbing dudes live in.
That's great. That's great. Very groovy, man. This movie is quality all the way around. Just like Fury Road. It's excellent cinematography, music, shots, costumes. Everything is so good. You know, story's fantastic. I'm just going to leave it right there because then we can dig into it.
Dig it.
So, first and foremost, like, I do not get. I mean, I guess what you said is probably right. Like, people are just so ridiculous. Like, they probably did watch Fury Road and they were like, I want more of that. And it's not that. So now I'm mad. This movie sucks. The reason why I wanted to talk about that after the high level was because that's why I was sort of uninterested in seeing it. I had heard that either in the course of our conversation about it when it came out or from somewhere else. And I was like, that's disappointing. Too bad, you know, blah, blah, blah. Maybe I'll just wait and see it, you know? So
sure.
Then when Funk Bagus and Ben were like, "No, dude, this movie's awesome," I was like, you know, yeah, sure, let's watch it. And then I watched it with Funk Bagus, and it was fantastic, man. I've seen it 3 times, and I love it. But I can't believe that people are ripping on it. It's ridiculous.
It's pretty silly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm reading some of this stuff, and it's just like I can't believe, like, it doesn't seem like they're talking about the same movie.
Like, give us a couple little taste testers.
I mean, no, it's just like spread out across the thing. You know, people calling it a cheap knockoff, or saying that it was like a Netflix series, or that the casting was bad, or that, you know, like I'm just like I'm reading all this stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Like, where did you go to film school, bro? I mean,
yeah, really.
I feel like these are like fucking AI written, you know, like bot fucking reviews or something. Like somebody's trying to like review bomb it because they don't like Anya Taylor-Joy or something. I don't know. But
I just saw one here that said Chris Helmsworth was a tad campy for my liking. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, that's the point, bro. Come on.
That's the whole fucking point.
That's the point. It's the whole point, dude.
Mad Max movies aren't campy. Are you fucking kidding me? Have you seen one?
They're all camping. They're literally camping. It's very campy.
I mean,
holy shit.
I don't know if I'd use the word camp, but my God, dude, they're not like serious drama movies, dude. It's not like The English Patient, for Christ's sake. I mean, what the fuck are you expecting, dude?
Extremely serious, they are not.
Yeah, totally, man. Let's see what we got here. Awesome.
If that's what you think, you're kind of missing the tone. Like the whole point is they're kind of, you know, over the top and just crazy.
One dude here is saying that
Chris Hemsworth is over the top, but Immortan Joe is like totally
fine, straight down the middle.
Totally.
The guy with his nipples out and the gas mask over his dick, wearing a suit, like, is totally straight down the middle.
Like I don't know, albino fucking Darth Vader is totally fine and original, but fucking Chris Hemsworth is not. Like I don't know what you're talking about,
right?
Like, yeah, I get it, but you know, he was, you know, it was kind of an over the top performance, but I thought it was a great over the top performance.
Seriously, man, the whole fucking movie is over the top, dude. What the hell? This is like, it's fantasy. It's like it's as fantasy as Harry Potter or fucking Star Wars, man. I mean, let's go. Yeah. Let's be real.
Yeah, ripping across the desert in a fucking, you know, a fucking a hot rod that has like 9 engines and like monster truck tires and shit. Like, it's like a when gas is clearly like a you know, like a in demand and very you know, like there's just none of it. but we're gonna make the most gas burning fucking thing in the world.
Dude, roll that.
That's
whole fleet of
that's
them.
totally practical. That's what are you talking about? That's just, you know, that's what you would do. It's realistic.
I don't know. Yeah. I'm just grabbed the first 1 star that I found. I mean, clearly this guy did go to film school. In the opening chapter with the daughter and her mother is very engaging and perfectly sets up a well-balanced tone of intensity, drama, and flair. Yet,
1 star.
Yet the excruciating remainder of what we're forced to endure from there on frustratingly fails to come anywhere close to this captivating intro. A shame, since it should have been so much more. -10 stars. And then he goes on for like literally 5 more paragraphs. 6.
No thanks.
Holy
thanks.
shit, dude. I mean, look, at least he put some thought into his review instead of just being like, "Bah, it sucked," but
I don't know. I feel like it's also at the point now where everything in the world will have
Sucks.
1-star fucking curmudgeons like that, so whatever.
We're going to start a new villain supergroup called the 1-Star Curmudgeons, and our goal will be dominating film reviews with negativity.
You guys just don't get it.
you guys don't get it.
I don't know. I saw it like it's just, I don't know. I think like the only kind of Creedence Clearwater Revival that I will give these guys is
Nice name drop.
there was a little bit more CGI shit in this one than there was in Fury Road, and it didn't rub me the wrong way because every movie's got a lot of CGI. But like I think it's the one difference that I very much appreciated the Fury Road for was how practical a lot of it was. There's, it just felt a little bit more green screeny here. And so, like, it's such a fucking stupid little gripe that's not even really a gripe, more of an observation that, like, the rest of it just doesn't matter. Like, all of this fucking navel-gazing bullshit by these idiots.
I wasn't looking for it, and I never noticed it. And I
noticed a little bit.
And I would say that
maybe I'll watch it again in the future and go, oh, yeah, I see. But, like, I didn't give a fuck when I watched it.
I didn't either.
No way.
I was just like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the first line in one of these 1 out of 10 reviews.
Too much CGI and green screen makes it feel like a cheap Marvel film.
the CGI was blended in seamlessly to the point where I didn't even notice it, man. And there's so much. I mean, it's George Miller, dude. So especially coming off of Fury Road, like there's so much practical work in this, man. I mean, all of the car combat scenes were all analog. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah. All the important stuff.
Thank you.
And, you know, the
Marvel films may not be great, but they're certainly not cheap.
No. And all of the, like the Mad Max series in particular, the first couple of movies were legendary for how fucking dangerous they were for the stunt drivers and shit. Like, there's a scene with a stunt driver getting fed into a combine harvester, and that was totally real. We just fed Jim in there, and he's dead now. Like, they didn't give a fuck back in the day. They were very Werner Herzog about it all.
Yeah.
So,
hey, you know what? You might break your back on this next stunt, but it's okay.
That's
There's a
it.
hospital
But it's cool.
nearby.
It's for cinema.
It's for cinema.
But I feel like that.
The fault on camera, mate.
That's it. It's not Miller's fault. Like, nowadays they won't even let actors drive the vehicles in the movies. Like, I forget what I was watching recently. I think it was like
Point Break.
It was
We talked about that on
something
Point
that we
Break,
did
yeah.
recently, and it was just like they won't even let the actors drive like on a normal fucking set. It's not even like a stunt sequence because all the insurance fuckheads are being fuckheads. You know, like I just. So if anything, some of the issues with the CGI would be related to that bullshit, and it's like not by choice but by force. So whatever. I don't know. I feel like we are now being tempted into talking about the problems of the film, whereas like I don't really actually have any problems with the film. Like
There are no problems. No, we're
was
talking
perfectly
about these would-be level 1 nerds, or not even, that are complaining about all of this bullshit, and they don't even know what they're talking about. We're the ones that do the movie podcast.
We know
We're the
everything,
experts.
not you guys.
No, we're not. We're just talking about people griping about nonsense, dude. The movie's fucking fantastic.
It was just more. I think it was the getting to see a bit more of the world that I really enjoyed.
100%. That and so much more.
Yeah.
And you know what? It looks like we may be getting a delicious early nugget. We may be getting a third film as, and I'll just go ahead and drop this whole thing right now because it's relevant. This script was written before they were done with Fury Road. Because, and this is how great George Miller is, and this is how this also speaks to how great the film is and how great George Miller is. So, in order to make the movie Fury Road,
George Miller wrote this entire backstory for Furiosa, right? It was with storyboards, and it was basically a completed script. He handed it out to the entirety of the cast so that everybody was on the same page, understanding the full vision of what they were trying to make with Fury Road. So this was essentially, they had the script for this before Fury Road almost. You know what I mean? And I think that that's fantastic, man. So it's not like this was just cobbled together or some other such bullshit. You know, like this movie was
or something.
This was basically done before Fury Road was done. And he's also said that he has a third film called The Wasteland, tentatively titled The Wasteland, that would sort of explore Max's time until he was grabbed by the war boys or whatever. So, you know, just like in how it speaks to your comment, Chad, is that, you know, it's like, yes, take me back to the world, dude. Give me more information, more lore, more story, more all of it, dude, because it's so good, man. You know what I mean? Like I already want to see that Wasteland sequel, you know, hopefully with Tom Hardy in the title role again, man, you know, and just like take us back to that world so we can see some more of it, dude. Like I was so excited that we got to see the Green Place this time, you know what I mean? And see what that was all about, you know, and get a little bit of that backstory. You know, kind of leave some space for somebody else to talk right now. Go ahead, guys. That was so Jim Gaffigan. Sorry.
I like the idea of another one. I'll watch it. I definitely kind of feel a little bit Alien franchisey about it at this stage. Like,
now you're gonna nerd out. Yeah, go ahead.
Just in the sense that it's like
Romulus
was it was enjoyable to watch some more Alien universe stuff, but like, what else can be done in the universe? It's like there's only so many car chases, you know. But I had a good time on this one.
The way he does them, dude, I could watch it fucking that shit all day, dude.
All day. You're going to find muscles you didn't even know you had.
Big muscles. All day. Hard muscles. Oh, shit.
Why don't you go over there? Fuck those men. We'll stay here and jerk off. Are we ever going to do Brain Candy?
We should do it.
Eventually. Maybe this should
do it next week if you want.
Oh, yeah. No, next week we're doing Fury Road.
Next week we're doing a Marvel movie to satisfy all the Marvel heads.
Next week we're doing a Mad Max fan fiction YouTube video.
Ooh. That's going to be me and Jarhigo driving on the beach in Nantucket in a crappy old car.
With some some old welding goggles and
yeah, totally, dude. And you'll be like grunting because that's all that Tom Hardy really does.
But I feel like driving around in a fucking Mad Max dune buggy with fucking grenade spears on Nantucket, throwing it at various Jeeps on this. I would watch the shit out of that.
Oh my God, right?
4th of July, just driving up and down the beach, killing people.
I would rumble down the beach like on the top of the car, like that guy that got shot in the face in Fury Road, and he like sprays his mouth and he's like, "Witness!" He jumps on the car, dude, and explodes like fucking nuclear. It's so good,
dude. How many war boy rigs do you think go to Burning Man every year?
None. Nobody's that cool,
dude.
Burning
you know
Man
there
is
are
not that cool. Whatever. I would love to see if
they've had oh my God, I'm so dead. What's the name of the fucking 2-minute or 1-man leave dome? Battle fucking Star Galactica? What the fuck is it called? Thunderdome. Jesus Christ, I'm dead.
Dude, that is the most
so dead.
Let's come up. Like, how did he die, dude? In what of the many ways did he die? Let's give it a nice.
I did not leave that dome, man. I did not leave that dome.
You jumped feet first into the wood chipper there, my friend.
I did.
Yeah, you did. And I could see some sort of wood chipper device rigged up by the Citadel or Gastown or one of these people as one of the Road War items, dude.
But the wood chipper is powered by young children on that giant wheel spinning it around.
So the death is like agonizingly slow. It takes you like
5 hours to die.
That's it. Just lives a slow life. But a buddy of mine works with the Burning Man people, and he was saying that there was a probably back in the early 2000s there was a proper Thunderdome, like a giant Thunderdome that had like American Gladiator style weaponry, and you go in and just like fuck each other up. It sounded pretty funny.
Sounds
Interesting.
What did you call it, Chad? Before you said Thunderdome? Biodome?
Dude, purple sticky punch. Purple sticky punch. You're acting locally, and we're thinking globally.
Oh my God, you know that movie too well.
That's too good. We should do that.
I know,
Fucking
right?
train wreck of a movie.
Death
That's
by
it.
Thunderdome.
Biodome.
Biodome. I forget. I'm pretty sure the guys at a couple different YouTube channels, the guys at Hacksmith made like a one of those like, you know, springy, like, you know, bouncy pole rigs off of the back of a vehicle. And then there's a dude in the UK that does similar stuff. Unfortunately, I can't find his channel, and I don't remember what the name of it is.
Ooh, that is
but
cool.
He also did one up.
You mean like one of the polecats from Fury Road?
Yes.
Yes. Nice. That was a very cool feature of that movie in the car combat. I really enjoyed that.
Totally.
The amount of Cirque du Soleil shit is just, I'm so into it, dude. Paragliding and propellers and all that. It's just so cool. Even just that like telephone pole thing that you move from the front to the back of the rig. Like,
oh, just that. But
so
again,
much cool shit.
The beauty of it, man, is just how rich the detail is. That's what makes you want to take another trip and another trip back to this world to see what's going on, man. Because they're so detailed. You know what I mean? Like all those little teeny things, man. I mean, there's just stuff like that everywhere in these movies. You know, like we've talked about this over the years. Guillermo del Toro is really big on detail, you know, and you see it when you watch Hellboy and Hellboy 2 in particular. You know, it's so rich with detail. Your eye is just wandering all over the place, wondering what this is and wondering what that is. And, you know, this movie is very similar to that. You know, it's so well thought out. Everything has a purpose. It's there for a reason, you know, and it just makes it so much more believable and cool, man. You know?
No doubt. I mean, zooming out a little bit to like I don't know what you would call them, the cities, I guess, you know, like the Citadel being these crazy kind of rock formations with the cranes and shit was super cool, and Gastown and Bullet Farm, like it just, there's a lot of detail there too that I really appreciated.
Don't forget Yoga Town, man.
Yoga Town.
Yoga Town.
Dude, that was the green
It's where we make the thoughts.
The green fucking world is Yoga Town, dude. That's where all the yogis went.
I mean, I feel like the green space is probably a little bit cooler than Yoga Town, but I would like to add a whole
dude. If there is
Town.
a Yoga Town, it is in the green space. There's like a yoga studio there, a silent retreat yoga studio.
I wonder if that's how they power all the things in the green space.
Sounds
with the farts.
Like the roots of like a Ween song,
right?
Oh yeah,
Yoga Town. There you go.
There's a fucking Ween album.
Smooth, mate.
Dude, I feel like Ween would do a great job doing a soundtrack to one of these movies.
There you go. I don't know, man. Well, whatever. I don't want to get on another.
I don't want to go to Fart Town.
We're already on like 10 tangents, so.
Make a town, breaking ground.
Sail brown bay to chocolate town. A baroom doom.
Oh man.
Sail Brown Bay.
Sorry, Chad. You were talking about the various cities.
Just the cities. I think the cities are cool, man.
They're cool, and I'm glad we actually got to see them in more detail this time. You know, because
a bit more of the Citadel too. Like we didn't get. I haven't seen Fury Road in a while, like maybe 4 or 5 years, but like There's a lot of your father fought in the Clone Wars there where they didn't really go into the detail. And I like getting a little bit more of a look at it in this one, you know.
Dude, you just earned yourself a very rare Star Wars death.
Ooh.
Nice job.
Well done.
Well done, sir.
Well done, sir.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, man. And I just fired up the like I said, but when you and I were chatting before Ben got on, I fired up the black and chrome edition of Fury Road tonight and watched about, I don't know, 30 minutes of it. And there's not as much of the Citadel, you know. We get way more in this movie, you know.
Yeah.
Like the corpse minder and like, you know, more of the inner workings and the, the back offices and the kitchen and all that shit, dude, you know.
The break room.
Yeah,
this is Maggot Jane. She's the head of HR.
Exactly.
The
We get to see her
supply
process
closet.
we get to see her process all the paychecks and shit. I mean, in the
That's
first
it.
one, we get to see the milking farm, which is just absolutely disgusting, dude.
It's
Yeah.
just bizarre.
You know, but I don't know what the whole thing with the mother's milk is. It's just like gross. But so beyond that, though, like this time we get a lot more. We get to see Pam from HR and, you know, Kurt who runs janitorial and all that shit. You know, it's great. We get to see them get down and dirty, building the war rig, and, you know, just more of the inner workings, man. But even more of the like what I liked was like more of the outside stuff too. So like when she gets her fucking arm, you know, cuts her arm off or chews it off or whatever she does there towards the end. One of the many almost endings of this movie. And then she wakes up in the little den of the corpse minder where she's put the maggots all over it, dude. No, it's just like
So gross.
so gross. But like, that's the kind of thing I love to see. You know, there's just more stuff, more detail. You know, this is Sally. She runs the corpse area.
The morgue.
Totally. You know, she's like, go back to sleep. You'll feel better.
I'll make it all better.
Whatever.
It's the
She's like, get me out of here. Yeah, totally. The crypt keeper.
It looks like something might be eating you.
Exactly.
Yes, I'm covered in maggots, actually. And there's Jaimin Hansu from Gladiator. No, they will clean it.
Jiving.
All right. I'm gonna come
All
around
right.
here. Oh, hey, oh. So anyway, that sort of stuff, you know, again, more. I always want to see more of a great world building situation.
No doubt.
Is that it? Am I just going to be the only person that talks?
I think so.
Yes.
Is there anything like details like that you guys liked? You know what I mean? That you were like, I was really happy to see all that extra stuff about the Citadel and, you know, to see Gastown up close and see what that looked like, and ditto the Bullet Farm. Like, I loved seeing all that stuff, including the, you know, a little bit of the green space. I honestly wish we had gotten a little bit more of that, but
Kind of makes sense. They just teased it a little bit. It's like,
sure.
you know, literally Eden or whatever. I mean, she's fucking like picking apples in the beginning or whatever. So
It's a place of abundance.
Nothing interesting or violent or fun happens there.
no, they just hang out and do yoga.
Yeah, fair
People
enough.
just do yoga and fart.
Heavy metal
and,
yoga.
Pick fruit.
Yeah.
And then they collect the farts and they use the farts to power their machines.
They do.
That's how the
And
windows
they're
work.
like, our stuff's
Everybody goes
environmentally
around
friendly.
with a fart collector.
Yeah,
Totally.
exactly. Bring out your farts.
Hold on, mate. I gotta empty my fart can. My fart collector.
In terms of details, man, like I really enjoyed the opening chase sequence. Like you get like old school, maybe westerns or old school kind of sword and sandal-y shit where like people are chasing each other on horseback for a couple of days, you know, and it's like a big long drawn out chase as opposed to the full blown action balls to the wall chase. And it kind of like, I liked it was kind of a hybrid here where she was chasing them fucking good for, it wasn't like a 5-minute chase where she shoots them all. Like she's got to chase after them and spend the night and like fucking steal wheels off of bikes and they're like swapping gas tanks and seat fucking belt buckling gas tanks onto each other's stuff. Like there's lots of really interesting shit going on in that sequence that I dug.
Yeah, seat belts, totally.
Yeah, dude. I buckle my fuel tank in.
Buckle my seatbelt whenever I ride a motorcycle.
Dude, they should have seatbelt motorcycles. That'd be amazing.
Oh my god, a little lap belt. Make sure you get decapitated.
Yeah. Make sure you're stuck to the thing when you dump it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Man,
you gotta die really.
It's like if they
good.
if they put some sort of like kind of like foot straps or like binders, like a snowboard binders on your scooter, Ben, to ensure that
you don't fall
your
off.
feet dislodge from your body when you crash and they stay on the board.
I can tell you right now that would be the worst thing ever.
It would be so
Totally, man.
Saves you from eating shit sometimes is being able to take your foot and put it on the ground and right yourself.
That's
100%,
it.
man. 100%. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess I was getting a little bit of a sword and sandal vibe. I was just a little surprised that. I guess I wouldn't be surprised that it wouldn't be surprising that they wouldn't have vehicles in there, but having.
But I feel like it really draws on the old Trojan War-y kind of shit. Like it's very much like warring city states, kind of.
Sure.
Like it's like an alternate universe version of that with
I hadn't really thought of that.
sick hot rods.
And
I
horses.
mean, there is one detail of this movie that really bothered me and that I absolutely hated, and that was Chris Hemsworth's gladiator chariot.
Oh my
that
god,
was
that
like
thing!
I kind of like
Holy
that.
shit!
dragged
so
around
cheesy.
by 3 motorcycles. It's just the fucking dumbest thing.
It was.
But
that's
why I liked it. It was so dumb. I liked it.
It's so fucking dumb.
No, it was so dumb. In fact, so like we were talking about before we started, I watched this movie with Funk Bagus a couple of weeks ago, and that was the first thing that he started in on was the whole chariot thing, and that was before we watched the movie, and then I watched it with him, and I was like, I don't get, before that I was like, well, it's probably like this and this and this, and like, for all these reasons that I just went on this diatribe listing about how rich the world is in detail and everything works and everything has a purpose and all this thing. And then I watched the movie and I'm like, I do not get how this stupid thing works. And it's just
I love that you guys hate it. I love it.
It is.
I love it. I love
it's
it.
so stupid.
I want to
dude.
see
It
someone
doesn't
ride around on it
have-
in real life.
Like I can get down with fantasy and I can suspend disbelief, but what I really like about these,
at chariots.
But I draw the line at a 3-motorcycle chariot that's controlled by horse reins, or unicorn reins.
It fits perfectly with all the other silly vehicles in the entire series, but just something about it really rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah, that's fine.
well, it rubbed me the wrong way too. Now I'll just expand what you said, Ben, and just say that it fits him and his character perfectly.
Yeah.
It has but unlike every other fucking thing in this movie or this series of movies, like it has no like basis in reality. Like everything in this movie, it's like, the world feels so lived in, you know what I mean? And everybody's operating like they've lived in this world for real. And that bike is just so completely and utterly out of place. It just, I can't express that enough with words. It's so dumb, dude. I mean, the only thing it was lacking was him going, yeah.
Yeah.
And if he had done that, I mean, I probably would have thrown my Coke at the TV or something.
Coke Zero at the TV.
Yeah.
The
I think you're
Immortan Joe
supposed to-
rig was the same. Sorry, Benny, what'd you say?
Was it the same?
Well, just in the Immortan Joe rig and the tow truck rig are equally as impractical. They're 400 times cooler, but they're equally impractical.
Yeah, no, it's the point, and I think you're supposed to see these things and sort of have a chuckle at how ridiculous it is.
Yeah.
But to the other point that I keep bringing up, like he does such a good job of making it all look like it works, and it works in that world, and it could be cobbled together. Like the detail is so good on all of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But on the bike, it's like, no.
Yeah.
So there you go, Chad. It's 2 against 1. The chariot
you
bike
lose,
sucks.
sir.
You have lost this EBD battle, Chad.
Because I love Immortan Joe's
Go eat some
double
farts.
whatever the double Cadillac rig or whatever.
Dude, the Immortan Joe double Cadillac rig is, I mean, look, it looks like somebody took 2 cars, and this is the way a lot of the vehicles are. It looks like they took these 2 cars and they cut them up and they welded them together. Sorry, there's a lot of like ambient noise outside in the village here tonight. People are
Someone
burning
doing
people at the
donuts on your
stake.
front lawn.
No, dude. But the road right across from my house, there's just dudes are just ripping up and down it in motorcycles every night. It's great.
Chariot motorcycles.
Anyway, yeah, right.
Yeah.
So it looks like they welded these 2 cars together and then, you know, use someone and use that. Hold on and use that and then put that as the sort of the shell on top of this monster truck situation, man. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, yes, it's totally ridiculous, but I could see it's not so ridiculous that you can't imagine that it wouldn't work. You know what I mean? The chariot bike is just fucking retarded. I'm sorry, dude. It's like, it has reins, Chad. Actual reins.
Yeah.
Chocolate reins.
It has chocolate reins, exactly.
Dude, the analogy I'll give to you is you go to a place and you get an Italian sub and you're like, look, man, I want an Italian sub, and then I want you to make another Italian sub and take the back half of the top bun off and then put the other Italian sub on top of this Italian sub. That's what I want you to make for me. And he's like, what? He's like, just make it. It's just as impractical. Like, you're not eating that fucking sub, dude. It's a double sub.
Exactly.
It looks awesome. Like, can you imagine a double Italian sub? It looks fucking cool as shit. But
I know, like, but that's because you can't.
There's no attack surface, man.
Okay. So
I know, but that's go ahead, Ben.
The thing about Immortan Joe's ridiculous, double Italian sub rig is that you could drive it, right?
Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
The chariot with 3 motorcycles, like, I don't know if that was a practical thing or if it actually worked, but like, there's no way I can conceive of how that would actually.
You just have to turn hard to get away from him in a heartbeat.
How that would actually work. Well, how do you fucking turn it with ropes? Like,
thank you.
Not to mention motorcycles don't really they lean into turns and stuff like that. That's sort of how it works, right? Like the whole like physics of the thing. Like, so if they're all like rigidly just standing up and like I don't know, it just doesn't
stiffly all turning in a threesome. Like the physics of it suck.
They would just tip over and then like knock the I don't know. It's I know like they're like it's all like you're suspending a lot of disbelief, but
sure.
That one in particular is just egregious.
It's too much.
It's in a world of completely ridiculous vehicles that just don't make any sense. This is just like one step too far.
Yeah, no, it's fair enough.
I think that there's a line, in any movie, like there's a line of suspension of disbelief. Like you can. It's sort of the Star Wars is very similar, and so is Harry Potter. It's like all of those worlds are rich in detail, and everything has a purpose, and there's all sorts of little background things. You know what I mean? And if you ask somebody about them, they'd be like, "Oh, that's a magical potion." Da 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 da. Like, and then like there's a point in that and Star Wars as well, man, where you can just be like, "Yeah, no, we have crossed the line, and this now is just too unbelievable."
Too much.
Hence the sequology.
The flying stormtroopers, dude. In the last movie, they fly now. It's like, shut the fuck up.
The last movie, what?
The Papa Palpatine movie where there's like flying stormtroopers and the sand chase. I'm sorry to bring that up again.
No, it's okay.
Final order.
I feel like live on the air we should do a 1-star review about the Chariot motorcycle and stick it on IMDb just to add to the maelstrom.
Totally, dude. We should get our own
Turning
account.
radius on the motorcycle is such bullshit. And then we can record a audio version of the review in this voice and post it all over the internet.
No, I get it. I totally get it. I had no issue with the Chariot, but I totally get it.
The practicality
Italian
of
sub,
welding 3 motorcycles together is like taking 2 Italian subs and trying to weld them together.
Dude, the Italian 7 Joe rig is such a cool fucking ride. And the Mater from Cars fucking monster truck that Helmsworth drives around is so awesome. I love that thing.
The Mater monster, dude. Mm-hmm.
Tow Mater. Yeah, dude, it was so good.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. There's a lot of awesome vehicles, man, in these movies.
So many.
You know, and they, you know, and again, like, yeah, they're totally ridiculous, man, but they're cool as shit, man. And they look like that you could operate them and drive them and all that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just the Chariot just ain't one of them, man. You know, even that ridiculous airfoil that they had that had the giant, like, sort of squiddy thing behind it.
That was cool.
Yeah, it was really cool, man. But like, I loved how they welded that to like a Honda Goldwing, dude. Right? It's like there's a Goldwing with like this airfoil propeller like attached to the back of it, and then some sort of kind of parasail thing above it, dude. And then welded to the front of the Honda Goldwing was like a whole like weapons array, quote unquote. You know, it's like AK mounted there and some other shit. Like that was just that was almost a little too ridiculous too, but it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, man. Paraplane kind of stuff was sick. The airborne shit was cool.
Very cool. And there was a bunch of it and a bunch of different configurations that they did that I really, really liked. You know, they had
just
like
the simple idea of the road wars. It's so fantastical, and I'm so
cool.
into it. It's so ridiculous, but I love it.
But it's so simple, and he just does such a great job with it, man. You know, like
what was the weird spinny thing called? Flibberty Gibbet or some shit?
The Bombie Knocker?
Yeah, there you go.
Flibberty Gibbet, dude. That's
such a great name, dude.
That's a straight up Hank Hill term right there, dude.
Flibberty Gibbet.
Flibberty Gibbet. I'm not all about loop-de-loops and Flibberty Gibbet.
The Bombie Knocker. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it so much.
With the little guy in the back there.
Should I do the Bombie Knocker? They're like, not yet, but
he's like,
what about now?
Is it time for the Bombie Knocker yet?
Wasn't he in the other one too, Fury Road, the little guy?
No.
He looked familiar.
But he was chilling hard on that freaking huge pile of
lettuce dude?
heads.
That's what lettuce throne?
I got to say, I was a little sad when she popped open the hatch there and she just saw him laying there with a bullet in his head. I was like, dude.
Damn shame.
You know, this one, like, I don't know, like there's moments in Fury Road 2 where you it sort of tugs at you, man, you know, because it's that good, you know, the story's that good and the actors are that great. This one had a few moments like that too, and that was one of them for me. And the other one, you know, was just the sort of the relationship between her and Pretoria and Jack. You know, I really liked that character a lot. I loved that character. Yeah, he was very interesting and very cool and very different sort of kind of archetype in this landscape of just total shit and misery.
There's no glimmers of hope. Yeah, he's the
none
only
whatsoever.
One. Yeah.
You know, and I like too that he kind of talks about his parents, you know, being soldiers and wanting to like fight the good fight even when the world was going to shit. Like all that stuff is great, man. You know, and he really, really endearing. You know, I was just a very endearing character, man, and I got sucked right into him. You know, and I really, really enjoyed his performance. The actor was great, and I loved it. And it was just cool to see somebody that was like, you know, kind of just walking on a different beat than, you know, like the War Boys and the rest of everybody. It was just trying to freaking kill everybody.
He scratched himself up to a position where he had the luxury of being able to have an opinion about shit like that. Yeah,
Totally.
On the Praetorian Jack kind of stuff. What was it? Bullet Town? No, yeah, it was. When she goes back and kind of rescues him, when he's like, "Get the fuck out of here," you know, shoots the green, whatever, fucking, what are the, Jesus Christ, I don't know why I'm having a strong today.
Flare guns?
Fucking flare.
Wow.
I'm flaring out.
Dude, I'm just going to go ahead and give you a death for that.
Yeah, give me a death for that. That's fine. Well, like when she goes back, man, I don't know. Like, I hadn't really, it's very obvious, and I'm sure we talked about it in and around Fury Road, but, you know, Furiosa is an Ellen Ripley like character. You know, she's such a fucking badass, dude.
Totally.
And I love how scrappy she is, dude. She just is just like, yeah, all right, I'm out. And then she like, and it calls back to her mom, you know, her mom or whatever is like, get out of here. And she does. And then he's like, get out of here. And she obviously has that conflict where she's just like, I left my mom and my mom got fucking disemboweled in front of me. I'm not leaving this dude.
Yeah.
I just love how badass she is. And that whole kind of, how that whole sequence kind of shows that she's, you know, not willing to put up with the bullshit and she's just going to go for it.
Yeah. And I think that's a sort of a thread that goes through the whole film because you get this sense, I get the sense, you know, watching it that she's doing what she's always doing what she's doing to survive. You know what I mean? But there's just like this girl is, she's young, man. I think she's didn't even have her driver's
like 20
license
or something.
when she started doing this movie. I read something.
Oh, you mean
about
the
that.
actor, Anya Taylor-Joy?
Anna Taylor-Joy, yeah. And she's young,
she's
man,
probably
but
like 30 or something at this stage. I don't know.
maybe, but anyway, she's young and she's good, man. Really, really good. I was very
She's
impressed.
Great. She's great in everything she does, man.
Really, really good. And I could just get that sense of that trauma and all of that crap that's at the bottom of everybody's barrel, you know, that muck, just kind of stewing in there, you know, throughout the course of the film, man, and kind of fueling all of her actions, you know, and it was good like that, including what you just said, you know. I think that plus more, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Yes.
It just gives Praetorian Jack plausibility. Maybe not plausibility, but like it gives him something to bounce off of. Like you can't really have a ray of hope in this shithole world without someone coming to meet him halfway, you know, and like her going back for him, I thought was awesome. And it makes obvious sense from a movie standpoint, but like, I don't know.
What?
Like, of course you're going to have that in the movie. It's very tropey to kind of be like, go, leave me, I'm going to die. And then they're like, no, I'm going to save you. You know, it's very tropey.
Yeah.
It fits perfectly with her character growth, you know.
Definitely. And not wanting to lose somebody else that was, you know, that cared about her, man, that took care, not just cared about her, but really took care of her.
Yeah.
You know,
and in a world where this isn't a prequel, you know, they ride off into the sunset together.
Misery.
But you know that they don't end up, you know that they don't end up together because of Fury Road. So it's like, you know that it gets fucked up. And that,
right. But it was,
that's pretty, like the way that they do it, you know, with Helmsworth being like, I forget exactly what he says, but he's like, there's no, I don't know. People need to be punished and shit, and just like strings the dude up, and the dogs chase him and eat him to death. Like,
dude,
like,
that really that bothered me, dude. I was upset by that because I really liked him, and I really liked how there was just this little teeny seedling of a, hey, we could possibly get together in the future. Like, and I'm so glad we didn't see that. I don't need to see that, but
yeah,
I like
the Rogue One final scene. You know, you don't need it to be a happy ending.
No, I don't, and I don't need to see that love story sort of blossom. But I like the seed of it being there. You know what I mean? And it goes. And the other thing too is that it starts with something else, so it goes much deeper than that. You know, because when we start, she's stowed away on the war rig, and she tries to kill him, and he just freaking tosses her right out, man. Then I love how he parked the truck over that rise so she couldn't see him, and then he walks back, and he's like, basically like, this world's a fucked up place. You could be good. I could use you. Keep the gun. Let's go. You know, like that was awesome, man. And then he just more of that. He's just like, you know, hey, you know, I'll teach you all these skills, and then you can go wherever you want. No questions asked. Like, you're good. you know, like so there's a lot of that type of stuff there, you know, and him, you know, really, like I said, taking care of her, not just, you know, caring for her, you know, because I think they exist within each other. They can exist within each other, but there's more there when it's both and when it's taking care too, you know?
Yeah, totally.
It certainly adds more depth to the story and the characters.
And she pulls her weight. Yeah.
Makes it more engaging, mate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Without adding more farts.
Yeah.
Mate, it's all about the farts. Give that farts more complexity, more depth.
You gotta have more depth to the farts, mate.
So, what else? There's an endless supply of things we can talk about here. Or we can just stop right now. No.
Yeah, I don't know. Her kind of like spending 10 years as a dogman or whatever was interesting. Like you see her get away from the crazy rapey dude, the Morton Joe's son with the wig.
Rictus. Oh my God.
Yeah. The best names ever, dude. Scrotus. He looks
Dude,
like a
what
fucking
the-
Scrotus.
I know who came up with that name, dude?
Such a good
Scrotus.
name.
It's just like one letter off from scrotum, bro. It's like,
That's
come
it.
on. Come up with something a little bit better than
This is the other dude, Smeg.
Rictus sounds too close to rectum, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Like,
I love it.
it's it's funny.
It's like a name invented by Jermaine Clement's character from Gentleman Broncos.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Yeah, right, exactly. But the other thing too is it goes well. Like those, like here's something that I wanted to talk about because I was thinking about it today when I was watching both these movies, the end of Furiosa and the beginning of the other one, and I was like, these guys are just such idiots, man. You know what I mean? Like especially Rictus. You know what I mean? Like because he's stupid in Fury Road, but like he's even more stupid in Furiosa, dude. Like,
Dude,
they're
that's,
just so
what do you do?
dumb,
He's
like-
like, I was just looking around, didn't see it, so yeah, I'm out of here.
You know, wear that
Platform.
wear that weird rubber shit on your face and yell at everybody, you know,
That's
like
so
get back to work, you know, like, go make me a sandwich.
My dad
like-
gave me a job.
Yeah, my dad.
And it's the perfect example of that shit, man.
My dad gave me a job.
Do you know who my dad is?
Do you know? Do you know who my dad is? Right?
oh my God.
I mean, what's that, Ben?
full name is Rictus Erectus.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Come on.
Exactly,
That
man.
is so what? So what is scrotum's
He's just
full
Scrotus.
name?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
it's
just
just Scrotus.
But there's Toe Jam,
If your
Smeg.
fantasy name is lacking magic, just add. I like to add Inus, or sometimes just anus.
I mean, like this.
Instantly makes anything more magical.
It makes
I
it
feel like we've
magical.
talked about this somewhere, but like, and I mean this in the most loving way possible, but this universe is the like redneck guy's notebook in class who would draw like sick motorcycles and shit. Like, if you got all those random dudes from school together and like had them create a fucking Lord of the Flies civilization, they'd name each other Rictus Erectus and Smegma and fucking ride hot rods around.
Totally.
And I just love how rednecky this fucking thing is.
I mean, I'm
It's
not
like-
really.
It's so funny, man.
I'm not really super familiar with the
Scrotus.
Australian variety of redneck. I'm more
Schmeg.
familiar with the American
That's it.
variety of redneck.
Well, I'm talking about
but
the
I mean,
American one. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
What do
But I know
what do
us.
they call them? Bogans.
Bogans over here. Yeah. Yeah.
What,
Bogan's
rednecks
not
are-
really a redneck. A bogan is kind of like, it's kind of, the white trashy equivalent. It's kind of a rednecky, but mostly just trashy.
I would love to hear the etymology of that term sometime.
Yeah.
Not now.
Not now. We'll do it over a bloomin' onion.
Aye, mate, now
We'll
you're
do it
talking
over a
that
blooming onion and some
farting.
very robust fats.
You know, every time you eat a blooming onion, it gives you the
Yeah, definitely.
best
Yeah, that would definitely give you a
farts.
good one.
So I think that those two guys are so stupid, right? And they're the kind of idiots that would come up with stupid names like Rictus Erectus and Scrotus, dude.
But
Like,
it sounds so cool. It's like,
yeah, exactly. My
meanwhile,
dad
the
gave me a
history-
job, and I made up
history-
my own name.
the history man's just like laughing. He's chuckling to himself because he knows what a scrotum is, whereas these guys don't.
Dude, totally. I don't know. I just they did other stupid shit that I just was making me laugh. I was like, these guys are such dopes, dude. Like, you know, like he's running around with the wig. Rictus, what are you doing?
No, nothing. Nothing.
Just looking at stuff. Okay,
Getting
I'm going
some
to bed
fresh
now.
air.
Yeah, I was like, okay, dude,
Yeah, exactly.
whatever.
But there was that earlier scene too, with like where Helmsworth runs into one of the war boys, and they're talking to him, and it's like, we need to go to the Citadel, and he's like, what's a Citadel? And they're like, it's a place where there's bountiful people. He's like, what is bountiful people? You know, or whatever it was.
No,
Like,
he goes. I love that line. He goes. A what Adele? I was like, he is so damn funny, dude. People forget how funny Hemsworth is, and it's
Dude, he is so
Hemsworth, not Helmsworth, dude.
no, he's got this helm. We talked about this in another episode.
Oh, okay.
The Crimson Helmsworth. Come on, the Crimson Helmsworth.
Oh, that's right, because I called him Crimsworth.
Yeah, he's the Crimson Helmsworth. He's got
Crimson
a throbbing
Helmsworth.
penile helmet.
Oh, that's
He
right.
rides
I
around with
forgot
Scrotus and Rictus Erectus. I mean,
about that.
obviously.
Damn, dude.
And their enemy is the purple-headed yogurt slinger.
I'm gonna give myself a Crimsworth death for that.
You should.
'Cause that was
You
bad.
should.
You should. You should die. You deserve to die.
I think that's probably the best segue we're going to get to Dementus, dude. I mean, so much love for Dementus here. You prime me a little bit, Benny, with just being like Hemsworth's great here, you know, without anything else going in. But fuck me, he's just ridiculous, and I love him here.
Crimson Helmsworth.
The Crimson Helmsworth.
He is so good in this, man.
Just the right amount of camp, just the right amount of like soulless, vicious piece of shit. Conniving. He's got that salesman-y Barnum and Bailey kind of bullshit. You know, like when he rocks up to Immortan Joe's Citadel and he's like, everybody, listen. You're all dragged down. I'm going to help you. We'll run this together. It's like on his microphone in his chair.
They want to control you with water and food. I'm
Nipples
going to be
McGee.
much nicer.
Yeah, dude, Nipples McGee's like, hang on. He's like, pick one of these guys. And he just jumps off the fucking
I love
bridge or
that,
whatever.
man.
It was
It was
so good.
Nipples McGee.
The dude with his tits out with the chains that went down to his crotch or whatever, the guy in the giant suit. The
Oh, the guy
three-piece.
with the giant, huge, fat feet.
Yeah, with his tits out.
We get to see his juicy feet in the other movie.
They were
Feet,
some
McGee.
juicy ass feet, dude. That chick that lived underground with the dead bodies would have been nibbling on those things.
You know it, bro. She would have put maggots all over them and then licked them all
over
off.
that.
Oh.
That's how they make Vegemite, I hear.
That's how they make a lot of things, bro. Yeah, that guy. I don't know what that guy's name was, but I was happy to get more of that guy in this movie as well.
He was so gross.
Oh, so nasty, dude, with his weird fake metal nose with the chains that go to his ears.
That might be Smeg, actually. There's the one-eyed bandit, too.
Meg.
Schmegma.
No, I don't. He was the guy that was always like, "Run the numbers."
Yeah, he's the accountant.
Yeah, but he was the guy that ran
The numbers.
Gastown and Fury Road, and now we know why, because Morton Joe's brother's dead.
Oh. Look at you. The Lawmaster. Chicken Kev.
I am the lawmaster of Fury Road.
Dude,
I keep it all in my big vault in Mop Versappen.
if you were in Fury Road, you would have to have a German accent.
Oh my god. The only thing we were missing was a guy with a German accent in this movie.
So yeah, man. Helmsworth, dude. The Crimson Helmsworth.
The
The
Crimson
best
Hem.
role for him in a while.
Yeah, Crimsworth. This is a great role for him, and it was so great to see him not as Thor, you know.
Yeah. Not as swole.
Yeah, he's a really funny. He can be incredibly funny as an actor, and this is really just a great kind of. You get a little bit of everything in this one. You get some good physicality and action, but he really sold me on the fact that Dementus is just literally a demented psychopath, dude. Like he did a really good job of that, and
He's kind of not though.
what?
I feel like that scene at the end with the two of them facing off against each other, where he's,
I'm praising Crimsworth's performance. I mean, you can debate my sort of analysis of his character if you want it, but let me finish praising how great he is. I think that he did a great job of playing this sort of just completely bent, psychopath, man, and he also does a great job of he doesn't really know what he's doing. Like in all like when he gets the gas town, then later on he's like, I don't know, shit's going crazy here, and everybody's blaming it on me, and let's go. Like he's just like, we're out of here. Like he's such a bonehead, dude, because he doesn't know how to run any of it. It's just like it's all off the cuff, and he's kind of a little bit crazy, and he does a really good job of selling all of it, man. I think he's fantastic. I've always liked Chris, and this is just another feather in his cap, in my opinion. Chris.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, Chris.
Yeah, he's awesome. I knock nothing. I knock nothing.
Yeah, it's a great, silly, over the top performance. It's not necessarily anything exactly alike, but something about it reminded me of Kevin Kline in A Fish Called Wanda.
There you
go. That just sort of
thing.
Like you were saying, kind of dim-witted but extremely confident and
smart about some things too.
Yeah. I don't know.
No, I think
Similar
you're right.
Performances.
I think it's great.
He's silly, but he's also really smart in a lot of ways. He fumbles his way through a lot of this shit, but he also gets shit did, man. He knows that. He says to her towards the end, is whatever you're doing going to be epic or something like that, where he was, he knows that you need to stand out in order to take the lead, take the helm, if you will. And he does, man. He's willing to do the things. It's so, the more experience I have running into people that run companies that I work with, or other companies that I know of, like businessy politics shit, and then actual politics shit, and just leadership. And some of the time, it's the people that are willing to do the craziest shit are the ones that rise to the top. It doesn't mean it's right or wrong. And he's just willing to do the crazy shit. He's willing to string someone up and have him eaten by the dogs, and everyone's like, well, I don't want that to happen. Or he's willing to strap 5 motorcycles to, his head and arms and legs of some dude, and, have everyone battle over who's going to ride the 5 bikes, So sometimes it's just, you have to be fucking crazy. And it seems like he's self-aware of that. He's silly and he's dumb, but he's aware enough that he needs to be over the top and force this crazy shit to happen in order to rise to the top, So I kind of appreciate that.
Definitely, but I think part of it is performative, and I think that him
for sure.
and I think Morton Joe as well. They both do that on purpose for effect of controlling all of these people.
Mm-hmm,
you know what I mean? That's what people like this do, man.
And Morton Joe says that to himself every morning when he spends 45 minutes putting on his white pasty Darth Vader outfit. He's like, oh, again, he's like a totally normal dude, but he wears all this crazy shit just to intimidate people. You know what I mean?
The clear plastic Darth Vader version.
Right? He's just, yeah.
I love it, dude.
But it's all about I think performative is exactly the word.
And it's cool. I like that.
Yeah. And the Crimson Helms performance was spot the fuck on.
Hemsworth, yeah, it was great. He was fantastic, man. He just had the right vibe for every single
part, and I loved it, and I dug it. You know, and he was irritating, and he really made me dislike him a lot, and he did things that were detestable that I also was just like, man, this motherfucker has got to go. I mean, like by the end of the movie, I was just like, well, somebody fucking killed this fucker already. He's fucking up the wasteland, dude, you know? Like, he did. He fucking got Gastown, then he fucked that up, and he's like, all right, I'm out of here. Then he goes to the bullet farm. He's like, wee, bullet farm. Then he fucks that up, fucking breaks everything. He, like, breaks the smelting pipes and all the furnaces and shit at the bullet farm. You know, gets all the staff upset.
Where are we going to get our bullets now?
Exactly, dude. Then he fucking ruins Yoga Town, you know? It's like, what next, dude? And then I was like, God, somebody just killed this dope already.
Right.
You know? And I like that it was broken up into different parts that had these kind of chapter names too. And I like that. The Beyond Vengeance part was great. And it was lengthy enough, you know, and it was really, really good. And it just showed what a fucking little badass that girl is, man. Holy shit. The way she drove that dune buggy and the way she, you know, sniped all those dudes with that rifle, I was like, dang.
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah, it was good. I had a fucking thing of notes and I don't know what the hell I did with it.
Dunno, bro. Have a look.
I don't feel like going downstairs. How's that?
Well, there you go.
Oh, fuck it.
Anyway, yeah, so fantastic job.
Mm-hmm. Now might be a good time to
Might be.
tap into your doctorate.
In Mortal Kombat film history?
There are 3 people in this movie that are in the 2020 whatever Mortal Kombat that we did.
Oh.
As you know, as of course that you know, like you know this.
Of course I do.
For the sake of the audience.
Yeah, I'm testing the audience and you guys, of course. Well, one of them's got to be that wanker that played Kano, right?
Well, there was one of them is the voice of Goro, so the organic mechanic is the voice of Goro in it, and then there was
love that.
Rictus Erectus was Reiko, which I don't know what Reiko is. What the fuck is Reiko?
In Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, I don't even. I know Raiden. I don't know Reiko.
Oh, was he that?
You should look this up and like we'll cut into you being like, well, actually, and really just fucking going for it. But I have no idea what Reiko is.
Jesus, I don't know either, man. Folks, we're
and then one of them is the referee from the random fight.
The referee from the what?
You know, like when the Mortal Kombat dudes go to the fucking Mortal Kombat town, and they're like, "You must fight now," and they have like that fight sequence in the sand pit.
The sand.
It was terrible.
What the hell are you talking about?
You're a film historian, man. You need to bluff your way through this.
Oh, you're talking about? Sorry, are you talking about in Furiosa or
no,
in
Mortal Kombat? Mortal Kombat.
Oh, that part with that. Yeah, the sandpit part was stupid, dude.
Yeah,
because they kept saying all their like signature lines. I was like, this is so dumb.
That's it.
But that movie's awesome.
But I mean, it's it's a classic.
I have no idea who that character is.
It's all good. They're taking your credentials now.
Yes, your doctorate has been revoked.
Your doctorate has been revoked, dude. You are fired.
Finish him.
Very good, dude. Very good. Yeah, there were a lot of cool characters, sort of other characters in this movie that, again,
it's hard to keep track of them. But yeah, there were.
Yeah, but there was a little bit too much, but I liked the history man. Like he was very cool.
He was cool.
And he had a great role, and we saw little bits of the organic mechanic in the first movie. We didn't even know what his name was in the first movie, so it was great to see not only see him again, but see where he came from, how he got to be with Immortan Joe, and what his sort of background was. I mean, he's essentially just a doctor. You know what I mean? But that was part of the trade there. Special trade.
Yeah.
And the history man with the writing all over his body,
Yeah, he was very Reverend Mother there. What was
and kind of
Jessica.
A little bit, and somewhat of a narrator to this sort of saga, which I like too. He kind of
That was
You know,
cool,
views.
actually. The like it being a mythological kind of story
Mhm.
with the narration. I like
Yeah,
that
I liked it a lot. Yeah, me too. It was good. It was a nice addition. And I like too, like just how different this one was from Fury Road. I mean, Fury Road is just like so balls to the wall with like the car combat. You know what I mean? But or at least that's what stands out. There's a lot of sort of slower bits in Fury Road 2 that don't shine as hard as the car combat because that stuff is so spectacular. But there's definitely that's sort of the locus and the focus of that movie. And this had just a lot of different kind of things that we didn't get to see in that movie. So I like that a lot. Like the history guy and the narration and the whatever.
I feel like Fury Road is like the John Wick of car fight movies. Like John Wick was very gung fu combat oriented, and it kind of reinvigorated the whole genre. And I feel like similarly, like it's the quintessential car combat movie.
Well,
and this
what I was thinking.
It's not as focused here, but it still has its moments of it.
Agreed. And we got a lot of great, sort of road war battle sections in this movie, man, that did not disappoint one bit. And what I started thinking about today was Ronin. When we were talking about Ronin and praising how excellent the car work was in that, and the chases and all of that stuff, and how it was all analog, and they had like 300 drivers, and like this is I could probably say this and be correct that this is probably the best thing that's come out since then. That's like analog sort of car work, man. I mean, it's that good.
Yeah, probably.
Or Fury
obviously
Road.
All of Vin Diesel shit aside, but
I mean, yeah, that work is just tip top. No CGI there whatsoever.
Did you guys send me through that Vin Diesel AI video? Was that you guys that sent that through?
Oh my God, that was so fucking good. I don't remember who sent me that. I thought
it was me.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, it was
that was
so good,
dude,
man.
Just constantly guzzling the
diesel,
the oily drink. Yeah, the diesel. Oh, that was great.
It was perfect.
Yeah, we need to.
Dude, Vinny D needs to be in the third one of these movies,
right? Dude, he's already bald. Just paint him white.
Yeah,
he
just
could be
paint
like
him.
He could be the leader of the War Boys. War Boys, right? Roll up in some.
He's the first war man.
Car. I'm the first war man.
I mean, be right at home with the crazy vehicles.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right?
And the stunts and all the driving and stuff. Yeah, it'd be perfect. I mean, he could just be Riddick.
He could. Literally.
Like 100%. He could just show up as Riddick and he would fit right in.
And he'd fit right the fuck in. Yeah.
100%. Goggles and all, dude. Perfect.
I killed him with a teacup.
Yeah. That is one of the best parts of that movie. Tea.
A what cup?
Tea, actually.
I'll kill you with my teacup.
It's my teacup. I said I'll kill you with my teacup. It's my best Vin Diesel.
That's pretty good.
It's not bad.
All right, other bits and bobs then?
Oh, now we're on to bits and bobs already?
I think we're on bits and bobs.
I can tell. You look tired.
Yeah.
Let's, bits and bobs.
What was the spinny thing called?
The Balmy Knocker.
The Flibberty Gibbet? The
Flibberty Gibbet. Yes, the Flibberty Gibbet.
Dumb.
I liked it, man. I thought the thing was cool.
It was pretty funny. That rig was pretty sick. The rig sequence was fan service, but fun as shit.
What do you mean? How is it fan service?
I mean, like, it's easy to justify its existence in the movie because it, like, all of the navel gazy shit that you see in trivia where it's like, it gave Furiosa a chance to show off all the skills that she'd learned in her 10 years as a dog man. It's like, okay, but, it's just a car action sequence. Like, it's just an excuse to have shitloads of action. And it was great.
Fair.
Like, I enjoyed the hell out of it. But it's kind of the whole point. It's just car explosions, Car explosions is like the root cause of a lot of these movies. An excuse for action.
And that's why you didn't like the Balmy Knocker?
I like the Balmy Knocker just fine. I'm just saying that it was, I wouldn't say it's shoehorned in, but it's not like the movie's not built around that sequence. But it seems like they also tried to say that it kind of was too. Like, I don't know. There's not a lot of learning going on in that one. It's just fucking balls to the wall action, and I'm here for it.
Right on.
But I think the thing I liked the most about that sequence was when she's under the fucking truck and her boss man is under the truck trying to fix it, and he gets got and like passes the hose to her as he fucking nopes out under the truck. Like that was I like that he was just like, yeah, whatever, fix the truck, and she does, like that was like the moment where it all transitions for her. She was trying to get away, obviously. So
you mean when the engineer guy, the guy that built the truck, was like, yeah, here, fix
or
this
he gets
shit.
like caught up in the flames and just passes it off or whatever.
Right.
Passes her the fucking short tube with clamps, like they're calling out.
Yeah. No. I remember that. I also remember she pulled the bomb off too, and there was a bunch of passing off with that as well. I was just unconfusing my brain.
Dude, when she pulled the bomb off, and then like the random excavator claw at the side throws that fucking motorcycle under the big rig's tires, dude. That was so fucking crazy, man. That dude gets run over by like 15 of the wheels.
Oh, you mean when she's hanging on underneath it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was really good. There was
some gnarly fucking.
There was some gnarly dispatches. Yeah, there were, and there was there was a couple of motorcycles that got absolutely crushed. There was a lot of crushing by that big rig, and I liked how that the rig was somewhat of the focus. You know what I mean? Whereas in the other one, we got all different kinds of rigs. And yeah, it was cool like that. Other bits and bobs. Shout out to the soundtrack. I really liked getting the Fury Road soundtrack, but then expanded and sort of tailored to fit the different types of scenes that we get in this movie that we didn't get in Fury Road. So it was really great to still get the that was that's an earworm totally, dude.
That was so exactly what it sounded like.
Yeah, exactly. I actually did the soundtrack. That was me.
It was you.
I know. I worked with Thomas Horncliffe for whatever that guy's name was, and he said, why don't you just do it? I'll fire the orchestra. Perfect.
There you go.
That's how these things go sometimes, folks. Hollywood magic.
Hollywood magic.
Hollywood magic.
So what would your Mad Max name be?
The Grape Minder.
Hollywood magic.
Mm.
With a J.
The Grape Minder probably. No. I'm going to stick with the Grape Minder. That's
like
a good name.
It should be like Chodus Grape Minder or something.
Chodus. I think
if Funk Baggis were here, he'd be Ball Baggis, obviously.
He would be Ball Baggis, totally. And then Chodus. Chodus is good.
Chodus operandi.
Chodus. But Chodus as in chode.
Yeah, that was a joke.
Thank you. Just making sure. Just checking on you. Just checking on you.
I mean, it all has to be something like that.
Okay.
Other bits? The dude that did Immortan Joe was pretty good since the original actor died. That was well handled.
Yeah, that guy. I did a little bit of looking about that guy. I cannot, for the life of me, pronounce his name. It's
Lockie Hume. Yeah, it's Lockie. It's Lachlan. Yeah, Lachlan.
Lockie Hume. Okay, so Lockie Hume played Sparks, the operator in the Enter the Matrix video game, and also in
you love that
Matrix Revolutions. Well, I know you hate the movies, but I thought all three of us universally.
Yeah. No, I just don't remember
it. The game was pretty
sick.
excellent.
I played a bit of it.
Yeah, the game was great, dude. I remember the fighting and the mechanics and everything were great. But anyway, he did the voice of Sparks in that, and then he went on to play Sparks in Matrix Revolutions.
I just don't remember
which I thought was cool.
in Revolutions.
But but the cool thing, and this was the nugget that I had, was that he actually played two characters in this movie. So there's two people that play two characters in this movie. So it's him plays. I had it written on my damn notepad.
Dogman. He played the Dogman, I believe.
I don't know if it was a dogman. He had an actual name. The other character had an actual name as well. And I don't remember what that name was off the top of my head.
Oh, he was Rizdale Pell. I don't know what the fuck that is.
That's what it was, yes.
Mad Max. I have
And
no
then the
idea
other
what that
person,
is.
I don't know what that is either, but the other person that had two roles was
I think he was the
Elsa-
dogman.
Elsa Pataki, who played the General Vesuvian, and
The
and she also
Volvani.
Volvian, and she also played another character as well, and she's also Crimsworth's
Crimson
wife.
Helmsworth's. She's the Mimsen.
She's the
Mimsen
caretaker of the
Helmsworth.
She's the caretaker of the Crimsworth.
The Crimson Helmsworth.
She's intimately familiar with the Crimsworth.
Intimately familiar. I don't really have any other bits and bobs. We kind of talked about all of it. I did think the action scene at the bullet farm was excellent, dude. Trying to snipe him off
I think
the
that was the best
tower.
action sequence.
I don't know, man. There was
I
a,
really
there was a
like
lot
that.
of. Well, what I liked was there was a lot of different action scenes. So it wasn't. I mean, yes, they were all sort of car combat, vehicle combat related. Like we had a like two, I think maybe two or three that were like straight up combat on the road, and then we also had like the bullet farm fight was great because it wasn't just vehicle combat. It was like, you know, the sniping and the RPG and like, you know, there was a straight up firefight up there by the gate, you know, really, really cool. So yeah, I really enjoyed that a lot. And then the fight too, when Dementus goes to the Citadel the first time, he's like, just give me all your shit. And I love the way that Immortan Joe responds and shows him just how powerful he is. You know what I mean? He picks that one war boy who just jumps off that impossible height with those two, you know, exploding spears. And, you know, that's what sets it off. But what was cool was that then all these cranes start coming down and picking up the bikes and taking them away, man. They're just like, holy shit. Cool. And they leave. Yeah, it was an excellent sequence, man. I love that.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got for bits and bobs.
Tons of good action.
Yeah, great. Benny, any more bits and rictuses?
Bits and boobs.
Negative.
I recuse myself from the bits and bobs section.
I was accusing myself. Yeah, no, we went over all of it already.
Yeah, we did.
All right, and NDR. Let's go. Let's do that.
I got no nugs, bro.
You know what? There are a lot of nuggets, and I started reading a lot of stuff, but
I just don't fucking care.
They're not super nuggety, and I don't know. It's just kind of like whatever. So I'll just skip. Whatever. I will say that this movie was the longest Mad Max movie.
Oy.
And the most expensive.
And it didn't make a lot of money. That's not really a nug, but
and the most expensive Australian film.
Budget 168, gross 172. And I saw something else somewhere else that said that there's a couple. Yeah, I don't even know they're going to get a chance to make the third one.
I hope they do, dude.
Me too.
That's so fucked up.
Netflix will pick it up or something. It might not.
You know what? People will realize that how stupid they are, and then they'll watch it and be like, "Oh my god, that's right. Those three idiots on the EBD podcast were right. It is great." And then we'll be vindicated as well. All right, deaths. I actually got a lot of deaths this week, and I'm really, really happy about it. It would have been great if we had one from Ben, but hey, you know what? You can only get so lucky, man. Chad, you had the most. First, you had the death by the Thunderdome Biodome. And then you had that was terrible, dude. That was pretty nuclear as well. You also had a very rare Star Wars death. We haven't had one of those in fucking forever, like literally years, and that was fantastic. Then you had the death by flare gun because you couldn't remember what a flare gun was, and then I gave a couple of silent deaths. I gave myself a death for calling Anya Taylor-Joy Anna Taylor-Joy, which was not forgivable. And then I also had the Crimsworth death because I forgot that entire bit that we came up with, which was deplorable. And then, Chad, you rounded us out with the I gave you another death for the take the helm joke.
Fair enough.
Right. Come on, dude. That was great.
Come on.
Take the helm. Get it?
Get it?
That was it. So we had a good 6 or 7 deaths there. 6 deaths.
Cool.
And that make me happy in my pants. So,
Mm-hmm.
recommendations. I'm going to go first this time. And I'm going to say you should absolutely watch this movie if you haven't seen the movie. I feel like I haven't like read every negative review, but I feel like the sample that us and our staff took of reviews, so we could talk about that on this week's episode. I think they're baseless. I think those people are wrong. I don't think they know what they're talking about. I normally would never say that about somebody in their opinion about a movie, but I really do. Like, I think they're wrong. This is a great movie. It's got an excellent story, excellent production values. The cinematography is fantastic, just like on the last one. Acting, excellent. I mean, we got this brand new young actress in here who's not really done a lot of stuff, man. Similar to Kaylee Spaney. And I mean, shit, she crushed it, man. It's really good. So yes, absolutely go see this movie if you haven't already. Or if you've been trepidatious about this movie because of all these sort of wannabe nerds out there, these quasi nerds out there. Thank you, the neckbeards, whining and bitching about this on the internet. Go see the movie. It's great. It's Mulvey approved 1,000%.
Seal
Next
approval. I like it.
Contestant.
Opinions are like assholes, dude. Everyone's got one. In honor of the neckbeards, I want to
not recommend the movie.
Share a small section of one of these titled "Dishonest."
Oh,
this is why Fury Road sucks. Many of us predicted this when you called us misogynists, but they did what we knew they would. They made a Mad Max movie without Mad Max. It's like, all right, dude. I agree totally, Kev. Like, it's a really fun flick. No reason not to check it out. It's exactly what I expected.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like, I haven't seen Fury Road in a while, but like, I like that there's kind of more story here. So yeah, just fucking check it out. Like, it's not much
and
more
more
to say.
backstory and more lore and all that. You know, come on.
Yeah.
There you go. Nothing surprised me about this. I had a great time watching it. It was a fun Mad Max movie, and you know, I didn't have any curveballs or anything, you know, that I was like, oh my God, you know, except for the stupid fucking motorcycle chariot. But
thank you. Totally. The one glaring terrible thing in this movie.
But you know, otherwise, like, it was just a fun Mad Max movie. I don't get what the problem is.
Because it doesn't have Mad Max in it, but Mad Max is in the title.
It does. We do get a cameo. He's the one that finds her.
Caveat of, I'm not a misogynist, but
but I hate women.
I'm a misogynist.
But he does. He's the one that finds her and drags her back to wherever. Mm-hmm. You know, it was great. We even get to see the interceptor and a little sort of a late nugget. The guy that makes the cameo as Max was Tom Hardy's stunt double, who's also the stunt coordinator for both the films. So
I like it.
Yeah,
I'll nugget on your late nugget. Shout out to the whistle that she fucking blows in the beginning.
Is that from Harry Potter or something?
No, dude, it's very much like the whistle used to defeat Master Blaster in the Biodome.
Oh shit! Nice, yes, that's a good one. I thought you were going to say that's the whistle you used to call your children,
right?
It is actually. Yeah, you dog whistle them, and they're like, "Here."
It is
like Gandalf. You're like, children, come to me.
Exactly. That's literally how I call my children.
That is what I do. How'd you know? Anyway, that is a great nugget, actually. The whistle. I totally forgot about that damn whistle from Thunderdome, man.
Master Blaster.
I really would like to watch the first Mad Max again. That's the one I've seen the least.
The Road Warrior?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Mad Max, the OG.
Yeah.
Not the Road Warrior.
Gotcha. The OG. I've only seen that one a couple times. I didn't do it again. Now that I'm a citizen over here, like it's I have to watch it every year. It's like a quota.
Your dad gave you a job. Your new Australian dad gave you a job. Now you're a citizen. My dad gave me a job.
Exactly.
And I got to make up my name. I am Jodas.
Jodas.
I am Jodas. Great.
We all want to do next week. Don't know yet.
For Skinnis.
For Skinnis. Oh my
For
God.
Skinnius.
I am
That's yours, Benny.
Skinnis.
For Skinnius Maximus. For Skinnius Elasticus.
I can stretch my foreskin over my head.
Over my Crimson Helm.
Over my Crimson Helm, bro. I don't know.
God.
Dude,
What do we do?
the Crimson Helmsworth costume should have like a really big, thick turtleneck as part of it.
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
And it should be like a dark red or a burgundy almost.
Burgundy knit.
A turtleneck that can be pulled all
Then you
the
can
way
pull him
up.
over.
That has a hole for his giant nose and his eyes and his
100%.
mouth,
Exactly.
like a ski
Exactly.
mask.
Yeah, when he needs to go incognito.
Looks like a foreskin.
That's the joke.
That is the joke.
That is the joke. What do you guys want to do next week?
I'm not going to be around. So why don't you guys do a
Toofy.
Why don't you do a toof of
Toof.
that? How about that new Mutant Ninja Turtle?
How about the new Ninja Turtle? Yeah, let's do the new Ninja Turtles. That'd be a good toof.
Great.
I'll cut in Benny saying that was great because it was. He said it earlier.
That was great. That sounds awesome. Wow.
Should we tell Ben now that we have an entire file of responses for what he does when he
That
doesn't
we just-
respond? we
yeah,
just
we just-
slice it in. Here's one
Teenage
from 2020.
Mutant Ninja Turtles. Wow.
wow. Give me a normal one. Give me a normal next week.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Slave 2. What are we doing next week, buddy?
Legend has it you're not here next week, so Benny and I are going to do the new Ninja Turtles. The Seth Rogen Ninja Turtles.
That's exciting.
And I'm going to say it like that the whole time. Turtles.
That's good. You should enunciate clearly and fully.
Turtles.
Well, there you have it, folks. Ninja Turtles. More Ninja Turtle craziness next week. Sans Mulvey. This is the first time I've taken the show off in a very long time. So,
You son of a
yeah, I know. You lazy piece of shit. So anyway, folks, thanks for joining us for Furiosa. And join Slave 2 and Head and Jarhigo for Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem next week. And this is us saying goodbye.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
And that's going to wrap up this week's episode, folks. If you'd like to check out the show notes for this episode, you can do so in your podcast app of choice. Order a website, ebd.fm/episodes/275. As always, we'd like to take a second and thank everybody for supporting us low these many years. We really, really appreciate it. From the reviews to the direct support, the monetary support on Patreon, we really appreciate it. For anybody that's wanting to contribute, you can do so directly on Patreon with actual cash, if you like. You can send us a Dunkin' Donuts gift card. You can even send one to Chad, even though he's in
Dunkin'.
Australia. Yeah, get yourself a Dunkin', kid.
Just send me some camel cash instead.
Yeah, or Camel Cash. You can also write us a nice review. That's super helpful. iTunes, Spotify, wherever. And then just telling people to check out the show, man. Still, word of mouth is still king. Thanks so much for listening, folks, and tuning in with us this week for Furiosa. We'll see you next week for Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem with Chad and Ben. So long for now, folks.
One for C-Lab, two for Jarhigo, three for Wolverine to round out the trio. In this episode, everybody dies.
Beady, beady, beady. Stop into it.